So we're after cutting this piece of ryegrass here now again. We had 10 bales off it there now this time, so much the same. It's actually a little better this time. It was 9 the last two goes, so it's a bit better now this time. But look, it's nothing outstanding like sure for 2 acres, so that's what 28 bales there. That's his third cut. There'll probably be another 2 cuts. There'll be definitely 1 anyway, and see where we go from there, whether it'll be grazing or. But just as the crop is, like, it's pretty quick there growing back. I'm just looking there, like the shoots are after coming on a lot there since I mowed it. Like, it's mowed. It's mowed a day there, like 24 hours. Like, you can see where the mower clipped them across there, and you can see where the shoots are after growing there. The leaves are starting to come back there quick, coming up out of the centre there and out the stem. But like, that's the cut of the mower there across, and these lads now are up. Sure, it's after growing a good inch, like, in 24 hours there. So the regrowth on it, like, is pretty quick. Now it was gone, starting to put out the seeds. So you don't want that Italian ryegrass to shed a seed. It's pretty much what you'd call a weed. Now we have, where we done it before, we have some ryegrass coming back there from its previous crop. So it's pretty, like, if you were wanting to go back with corn or beet or something like that, it will be beet. It wouldn't be too bad, you'd handle it in it. But if it gets to shoot out and go to seed and shed a seed, it will it's fairly vigorous. Like, once it gets to seed, it'll pretty well take over the ground, like. So yeah, like, sure, that's that. And so we get into why we do bale silage rather than pit silage. And look, so on the bale silage versus the pit silage, I suppose, if you want to call it, I've been asked several times, or being commented on, would you not be better off doing pit silage? With what amount? Like, we'd aim to have the best part of 900 bales plus, 900 to 1,000 bales for the year, and that'll leave us a little bit in the bank then as well. I suppose, what are you talking, say 850 to 900 ton at 1,000 bales average. So, like, it would be a fair bit of pit silage as well. But the reason that we do bale silage is, number one, anyway, we're able to do it ourselves. We have the baler for straw then as well, and sure, it's a baler wrapper, obviously, any is no. So that cuts out, it's a one-man band then, really, doing the bale and wrapping. You have to get them up, but as in bale silage, you have to get them up anyway, so it's just take a little bit more care. I suppose the pit silage there's an advantage in it there. Like, you can hit a contractor, it's done there in a couple of hours. Like, there's some fabulous pieces of kit there now, like, that just go through acres for sport. But yeah, the thing is then, like, when you're doing pit silage, you want to get a good shot of stuff at the one time. Towards with the bale silage, like, you can do one field, let the others catch up, or you're not trying to get all at the one time, like, to keep the contractor happy. Like, he's not going to come back, or you're not going to open a pit for small bits and pieces. So that's another advantage to the bales, I find, anyway. And but as we are set up, like, there is 2 pits. There's a pit here and there's a pit in Sherwood. But the way it's going with the different types of grass that we're cutting now, stuff for cows, stuff for dry cows, good silage for milking cows, rearing calves, not dairy cows, and then for the lads here, fattening as well. Like, so there's three types of grass. So in theory, three pits of silage. Um, and then like when you're doing pit silage, you'll have better quality silage trying to get in, as it's hard to get all the same. So, well, you will by doing small areas, but then you need the pit. And as everyone knows, like doing pits there now is not a cheap occupation. As opposed to say doing the bales, like all you need is a bit of hard standing, as you call it. This is a bit we're just after getting ready here for this year. All it was beside the shed here, just took some of the topsoil off of there just done it with the front loader. So, and then got a couple of load of crushed stone. It's a sort of flatter stone now. It's not a limestone crush. But yeah, it goes together fairly well, and it's not sharp under the bales as well. So simple, easier. It's not an expensive, pad to put down or anything. So look, but that's the thing. Like up in the other heap, there's three different types of silage in it here. This is the last silage that we cut here, and like you can have as many different types of silage as you want, and you can pick out them as you please compared to the pit. Like if you're opening the pit to go in on it, like you're layering it, like you'll have whatever cut, so on and so forth. So it's not as easy get your individual fields or types of silage. So that's another point. Now I know the plastic on bale silage is the killing part of it, alright. It adds into a good few pound, but generally like what we buy in the pallet, you can get that little bit less. So it does add up, like in a pallet of 40 rolls for every, like you get, it's working out around €4 cheaper. So it's not to be sniffed as 160. Now it's not massive, but sure, look, it all adds up. And then like with the silage, we were getting a fair bit of waste anyway. Some are not getting that much waste, but if you look it up, like it'll tell you waste on pit silage around 10 to 20%, depending on, I suppose, operators or what have you. But the bale silage then is 5 to 10. So like if you were getting 10% losses over one and the other, but definitely with the pit, it's harder kept around the edges, sealing the edges and that. Like I know now there's the sandbags there now as well. That's a better job. You can seal it pretty well, and then this new cling film as well, supposed to be a great job as well. But there is, no matter how good you do it, like there will be waste. And oh look, the bale silage will be waste as well. Like if you damage a bale, obviously it's that one. But the thing is with the bale, if you puncture one bale, it's only one bale. Like if your silage cover gets punctured, or crows landed on it, or something runs up it, can be a massive area damaged on you. And like it doesn't seem to be an awful amount of bad material, but it would be a fair bit, like when it was all added up. If you added in what you take out to what you put in, you'll find there's a good bit lost. But well, that's with any storage system. Like it's the same with bales. You won't feed the same as what you took in as well. But so then when it comes to feeding out your silage, I suppose the bales have a slight disadvantage compared to the pit silage for the diet feeder. But what I'm finding is that with all the knives up in the bale are 23 on our one, and kept sharp, it's not an awful ordeal to chop it there. Like it doesn't take it that long to get it done. I know pit silage would be an awful lot quicker, but I think the advantage of being able to pick out your bales and keep them separate is a bigger thing to me anyway. And also there, like when we get into lower numbers there during the summer, it'll be next nearly impossible to keep a pit face right. Now, look, you could say, sure, keep your pit then for, for the winter, when you be using the most silage, and then have a few bales then for feeding along the summertime when you wouldn't be using as much. So there would be a point in that, but sort of when you're geared up for it, it's not as much of an ordeal. You'd be nearly worse thinking about it, like gathering up bales and that. You don't be that long gathering them up. It's nearly a bigger thing thinking about it than when you get going. So it's a simple system, like, and to do pit silage on your own, like, you need a lot of help. Like, no matter what, you'd want 3-4 lads with you there just to keep it ticking along, a couple drawn in and in the pit and in the field then as well on the harvester or whatever you be going to, whatever you're using to gather it up. So look, as a system, we have the machinery there, so look, it's working at the minute anyway. So that's my thoughts on bale versus pit anyway. So that's my 6 months worth anyway. So look. So that's that bit of fertilizer spreading, spraying done. Um, Seems to be a simple system enough there. As you see, I mixed in humates, which are the black granules there that went into it, and not 100% sure what they are, but they're supposed to help in the retention of the fertilizer and nitrogen that you put out, and whatever else you put out. Once they're in the soil, they'll hold on to NP and K. They stimulate soil biology, and they can also, they're unlock, say, probably if you're in a high molybdenum area, which we are, they can help in unlocking your trace elements, zincs, coppers, etc. So, like, don't know that much about it. Like, it's becoming, humates are a big hot topic now at the minute. Like, there's lots of, you'd see there on your social medias, like that. There's lots of ads coming up there for different humates. So look, humates, then that they added that in, then the urea, So we're putting on 13 units of urea there to the acre, which is about half of what we would be using, say, of can, or if we were spreading urea, maybe about 27 units to the acre is what you'd be putting out. So look, it's hard to know. It's supposed to be the same thing. You'd wonder how it would, but sure, look, there's only one way, and that's try it. And to put in magnesium there as well, just to help the grass there as well. And I presume it will be benefiting the cows then as well. Keep the magnesium there levels up as well. So, like, as you see in there from the drone, simple enough, just up and down along. I suppose takes a bit of getting used to trying to keep the quad on the line with I have the GPS I hop on it here as well to keep you in line. Just takes a bit of getting used to. It's not, it's only my second or third go, it's only my third go with it there, so yeah. But as regards mixing and that, like, simple, you see there, just dump it into it, give it a time there to mix it up, and away we go. So what I'm spreading on here is approximately about a week, and the cows will be in on this. So the whole idea of this system is to get it in on the leaf. So I suppose when you think about, like, to come in after the cows, the leaf cover isn't there, so won't work as effectively, I presume, or if all, won't be effective anyway. Like, you're back to spreading it on the ground then again. Like, it's all about the cover, the grass cover there, that you have enough cover to take in the fertilizer and to use it up, and you spread it on a week there before grazing, and it's able to get down into the root, and it's ready then. You graze off, obviously, and the fertilizer is there, they're ready, and waiting then to kick off the grass there when it wants to start growing again. Like, it's, the fertilizer is just ready and active there for the roots to take it in. So like, to go in through the leaf anyway seemingly is to be more efficient. The losses aren't there that's in the ground from the granular change into what it needs to be for the roots to take it in. So look, the theory behind it anyway all sounds good anyway, but yeah. So it'll be interesting now going ahead now to see what the regrowths will be like there, whether it'll have the same effect as well, like in a dry time, which we have at the minute. I suppose you're not dependent on a supper rain to wash in your fertilizer, so it probably has an advantage maybe in a dry year that it's going in working through the leaf rather than dependent on rain. It would have been probably useful there back the last fine spell we had there this year as well. But look, it's it'll definitely want to be watching for, and we'll be keeping an eye on it there as we go forward as well, and sure, anything I see you'll see as well. So finish up the video here now on that, and as always, sure, maybe give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't done so already, and sure, we'll see you in the next one. Good luck.